Try out the berries and fried meat? But now, heading all the way back to the flagship feels like such a waste.
Please, accept today's boon. Come night or day, may the blessings of the moon goddess shine down upon you.
Huh? What's going on over there? Wait, free food? Wow, the people here are so nice! Quick, let's grab some too. Paimon's super curious what their food tastes like.
Moonlight illuminates the path before you, travelers from afar.
Huh? How'd you know we were travelers?
Just now were a song the birds in the sky, singing of your wanderings. You are no ordinary guests, it seems.
The birds and the... what now?
Forgive me. I should not have laid the words of others out as a welcome mat for our very first meeting. You, too, must be wondering who I am. I am Lauma, moon chanter of the Frost Moon's Scions. Please, as do our followers and other passers-by, accept today's boon.
Happy to oblige! Paimon's name is Paimon, and this here is the Traveler. Thanks so much for sharing your yummy food with us. We'll take one each.
Think nothing of it. These fruits were the finest we found, delicacies gathered in the wake of the morning dew. It is my hope that partaking of them may lift your spirits to heights anew.
The finest you found? Wow! That sure is kind of you, but wouldn't you want to keep those for yourselves?
The first fruit of the harvest must be placed upon the moonlight altar, not as an offering to the gods, but as a spark for lost hunters. For it is the blade of the starving that darkness most easily corrupts. As perhaps you have already heard, we Frost Moon's Scions revere and worship the moon goddess. We believe that together, virtue and compassion are the shining light that will lead us all out of the long, dark night. And now, with tides of haughty fatui swarming into Nodcry, driven by greed and greed alone, more than ever before, we must all unite under the banner of virtue.
Ha! Look who it is again. Those unsufferably kind-hearted Frost Moon Scions. Got enough for us too?
That's right! 2 servings each! We're starving over here!
The fatui! After what you've been doing to our sacred statues, how dare you even show your faces!
Wilhelmina, bestow today's boon upon our guests.
You hear that? No slacking now. We'll have the very best you got.
But, my lady, they...
Please, you two, accept this meal. But remember this. Kindness is the first lantern left to guide those who stumble in ignorance.
Come again?
Let me finish. But should they still refuse to follow the moonlit path, then by our frosted blades shall we show them its shadow.
You!
Hey, look who it is.
Tch, whatever. Just you wait. We'll be coming for you next. Huh? Where's the meat? Who wants to eat this garbage?
Those stooges really are the worst.
Ever since they came to Nodcry with all their weird equipment and built that so-called experimental design bureau, our lives have been turned completely upside down.
Judging from how they reacted just now, it seems the fatui already know who you are.
Well, we have gotten in their way in pretty much every nation we visited, so we're probably at the top of their blacklist by now.
I see. Then, on behalf of the Frost Moon Scions, I thank you for the goodwill you have shown us. Because if they had gotten ahead of themselves just now, I'm sure you would have stepped in to help. Just as the birds and beasts put it, your arrival heralds joy to us all. Besides, for a weary traveler far from home, what better respite than to bathe in the moonlight? You will always be welcome at the Frost Moon Enclave, the place we call our home. May we meet again in the moon's gentle glow.
These are delicious! So refreshingly fresh! Those 2 fatui wouldn't know a good thing if it came up and bit them on the shoulder. Looks like Ineva isn't done with her shopping yet, and the Adventurers Guild is still empty. Where should we head next? Good idea! Wouldn't want to let the Kuhenki down, after all. Let's see... Okay, Paimon's got our route all figured out. So, all that's left to say is... don't fall behind! This is Nuts and Nuts. It's mostly a fruit shop, but there's a crafting bench, too. This is the Speranza, one of the travel guide's recommended restaurants. All the waiters here are kids. This is the Vesnici Prolecha Greenhouse. Apparently, their flowers are all made of metal, so they'll never wilt away. And this is the Rossum Workshop. If you ever need a weapon made, this is the place to go. And over here, they've got a super tall observation deck. Whoa! Take a look at that! You can see really far out into the distance. That way's north, and that looks like something built by the Fatui? And then over there to the west, that must be the place Lauma mentioned, where the Frost Moon Scions live. So, what'd you think? Even if Ineva kinda stole her limelight earlier, this just goes to prove that Paimon's own tour guiding skills aren't too shabby either, right? Hey, come on! Would it kill you to compliment Paimon? Huh? Look! There must be someone at the Adventurers Guild now. There's already a line forming outside. Looks like we'll finally be able to ask about your spaceship. Oh, or was there anywhere else you wanted to stop by first? Where? Which one are you? Oh, now you mention it, Paimon's noticed it too. Ugh, better not be who she thinks it is. Anyway, where we go first is completely up to you. Either the Adventurers Guild, or that suspicious-looking shop. A word of warning, though. If we step into that shop, be sure to keep a very close eye on your Mora. Lucky us! The line seems to be gone now! Come on, let's go say hi to Catherine! Hey, Catherine! We meet again!
How ridiculous.
Huh?
They often say that mortals, shackled by their own flesh and blood, may fail to perceive the truth of this world, even when it is right beneath their very noses. Yet I had not expected to have the pleasure to witness such heights of absurdity firsthand.
But Paimon must have gotten the wrong person? At second glance, you do seem a bit younger than Catherine, and you certainly sound a lot less friendly.
A creator might forgive ignorance, but being mistaken for one of my own creations is beyond all pardon. Look very closely, for standing before you is none other than Marionette, 7th of the Fatui Harbingers.
A harbinger?
Today's encounter is merely a courtesy call. A friendly warning, if you will. You interfered with my work once before, with that little robot. I let it slide. After all, it was nothing more than a distraction, a side project at best. But we are in Nod Cry now, and as such, I strongly advise you not to stand in the Fatui's way. Otherwise, the next time we meet, I might just have to drop all this meaningless etiquette.
Oh, please. You've got some nerve coming out with barely veiled threats like that. You're the one stirring things up here.
Oh, perhaps you have misunderstood. Just because Nod Cry lacks a ruler at present, that does not mean it should not be ruled. We Fatui are simply establishing a new order.
Yeah, right. More like shady experiments, judging by your massive, creepy research facility.
I've said what I came to say. What you do next, only you can decide. So why don't you start by using your already limited processing capacity to calculate your even more limited options? And, being the refined young lady that I am, I shall indulge you just this once. Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to Nod Cry, Dominion of the Fatui.
Ugh! Paimon's so mad right now! How can anyone so obviously evil be so annoyingly self-righteous? But if a Fatui Harbinger is here to greet us in person, that can only mean one thing. We'll have to be extra careful from here on out. Paimon hates feeling like she's being watched. Hey! The real Catherine's back!
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. How may I help? I will do everything I can to assist you.
Oh, you're so much nicer to talk to, Catherine. Please don't leave us again, okay?
Ad Astra Abyssosk. Welcome to the Adventurers Guild.
Promising indeed.
From every corner to that, including rare Northland varieties you won't find anywhere else. Come, try some.
Please, here you go. And if you ever need anything else, don't forget to make the great Lord Sangama Bay your first port of call.
Oh dear. So it is the real deal.
Of course it's the real deal. Everything you'll find here is 110% real, meaning every one of my deals is as real as a deal can... Wait a minute. Well, if it isn't my two most valued clients! And with no small thanks to your munificent patronage. Come. How could you just sneak into Not Cry like this without telling your dear Lord Sangama Bay? If I'd known earlier, I would have made an absolute pulled out all the stops to ensure that your boat ride over was as comfortable as humanly possible.
Thank the Archons we didn't tell you.
Oh, come now! You know as well as anyone how impeccably and conscientiously above board I am when it comes to doing business.
Well, regardless of whether that's true or not, the main issue here is that we had no idea you had a branch in Not Cry.
A clever merchant always has a backup plan, or two, or three up their sleeves. As the saying goes, a rabbit with many burrows fears not the hunter's arrows. A merchant with stores galore hears no debtors at the door. Since you're both here in Not Cry, would you care for some of my finest local souvenirs? Whatever you're looking for, I have it. Or if it's Sumeru you're missing, I've got that covered too.
We literally just arrived. Do we look like we're on the hunt for tourist trinkets to take back for our friends?
My, your high-minded tastes never cease to impress. In that case, I know just the thing. You must be on the hunt for something like this?
What's that? Your hat?
Information, of course. Information about Not Cry, locked securely in the otherwise impenetrable vaults of the Lord Sangama Bey's brilliant mind. I knew it! I just knew you'd appreciate the value of my wares. On the back of all our pleasant dealings in the past, I'll even take a hit by throwing in some insider info for free.
Wow. You sure are feeling uncharacteristically generous today.
What do you mean by uncharacteristically? I am the most generous person forget it. Anyway, the long and the short of it is this. The moment I set up shop in Nodcry, it struck me how many different factions there were, all competing against each other for power and influence. Well, as they say, there's no time for business like a crisis. Things got even more turbulent after the Fatui pulled down 2 ancient moon's remnants. People began to catch a whiff of the coming chaos. And the more troubled the waters, the greater the potential profit.
Not at all sorry to interrupt, but we're not here for Mora.
Oh, really? But surely it was the tales of an adventurer's paradise that brought you here. The chance to take your very own slice of all the latest and greatest business opportunities? In that case, what would you like to know about? The Frost Moon Scions? You mean the people who believe in the moon goddess? They're not a bad bunch. It's just, well, they have such simple tastes. No luxuries, no indulgences, no nothing. Trying to earn a little more from that lot is like trying to squeeze blood from a stone. Still, things between them and the Fatui have gotten pretty tense. It's only a matter of time before the powder keg goes boom. And when that happens, that's when business will start to boom too. Everyone knows they're here for the ancient moon's remnants, but no one's sure why they pulled them down in Nodcry of all places. Anyway, they've been acting mysterious enough, but if you ask me, that Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau of theirs up north hides secrets wilder still. What now? A spaceship? Nope, never heard of anything like that. Don't you two get involved in any big business here without so much as a heads up, you hear me? At the very least, consider letting me in as a key investor. Everyone knows they're here for the ancient moon's remnants, but no one's sure why they pulled them down in Nodcry of all places. Anyway, they've been acting mysterious enough, but if you ask me, that Kuvaki Experimental Design Bureau of theirs up north hides secrets wilder still. Oh, they're an organization set up to keep the locals safe. Apparently, they have a long and glorious history, and they're made up entirely of volunteers. But seriously, a volunteer organization in Nodcry? This place is hardly a magnet for noble hearts. No pay, all work. That's not a business model, and it's certainly not for me. That bunch of booze-loving monsters? Ugh, don't even get me started. As fellow Outlanders, I thought they'd be easy pickings, but somehow, every single one of our business negotiations wound up at the flagship. I've done plenty of deals with heavy drinkers before, but those guys? I never once made it to the contract signing before blacking out. I'm getting flashbacks of the hangovers just thinking about it. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. Sooner or later, you'll no doubt end up doing business with some other merchants in Nodcry. And someone's bound to mention a place called the Curatorium of Secrets. Listen to my advice. Do not, under any circumstances, go there, no matter how much trouble you're in.
The Curatorium of Secrets? What do they get up to there?
Just a place that handles all kinds of disputes. But the owner will charge you an absolute fortune, and she has a temper to match. Nothing like your friendly neighborhood, Lord Sangama Bay.
You're not just saying that to stop your competition from undercutting you, right?
When did that little pipsqueak get so sharp? And after I gave them all that info for free just to win them over. What do you mean? Of course not. I'm only thinking about your wallets. I mean, on behalf of your wallets.
You're really not convincing anyone, you know.
All right. Business is a cutthroat business. I won't argue with that. But I'm not lying about that boss lady. Not only did she make it into my top 3 people not to mess with in Nodcry, she's also in my top 3 people most eager to trade in favors.
Seriously? It feels like you're just bad-mouthing your rival now.
Fine. If you don't believe me, go see for yourselves. We might both be from Sumeru, but compared to hers, my conscience is so large, why, you could fill 3 whole palaces of Alcazar's array. But when you realize what I'm saying is true, don't say that good old Lord Sangama Bay didn't warn you. Anyway, don't be a stranger now. We might be in Nodcry, but don't forget, Dory's doors are always open for you.